Hi, welcome to my Tidbits this week. For those of you who aren't familiar with what has been going on the Cape, there was a really bad storm that came through here on Monday, and it kind of brought everything that we know and love to a complete standstill. So the school has been canceled for the whole week. Every doctor's appointment was canceled. There was a driving ban. We were told to stay home, and nobody was allowed out on the roads. There was a $500 fine. And for the Cape, that is huge because so many people lost power, including us, for a long time. We had a little thing going with a bunch of friends of mine, and we were going to see who was the last one to get power back, and I won that prize, so proud of that. But basically what happened was Monday morning when the snow started, we got hurricane strength winds through here, and they were in excess of 70 miles an hour. And like most towns and places with heavy winds, we had a lot of trees that went over, and with that took all the power lines and telephone lines. And I got educated. I wasn't aware that the telephone lines actually affected our cell phones. I was thinking, oh, cell phone tower, there's stuff on the tower, and there's satellites, and here's my phone. How come I can't get service? And this has happened to us a number of times in the past, and I was getting really frustrated with my provider. And I took to Facebook and I said, how come, we're hearing about Eversource coming in with all these people from all over the country to help us get our power back, but yet I can't get a phone line out or a call out or any type of service to even look at what's happening outside my windows that are covered with snow, and I can't see outside anyway. So I was very frustrated. And I was schooled about how this all works. So just for the rest of you, because it was a learning experience for me, and people probably already all knew this, I did not. But with the phones, they also operate on power lines. And so therefore, when the electricity goes out, the power lines go out and we do not get cell service. So while everybody was saying, call the police and they will come pick you up and take you to a shelter, nobody can make a phone call to call the police. And that's really the scary part. So while we had logs for our fireplace and we had a car and my husband shoveled us out, I felt really badly for a lot of people who were stuck in their homes with no heat for a number of days and couldn't get out. So and couldn't contact anybody, and family are trying to call them, they can't get through. So it was a harrowing week, and our lights went out at 8:30 in the morning on Monday, and we got service at 8:30 at night on Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 full days of no heat, no electricity, no lights, no shower, no hot water, well, we did have hot water. I found out much later, but that's a whole other story. But it was an experience. So I pretended I was a pilgrim, and we sat in front of the fireplace with our 3 blankets each, and I had on about 4 or 5 layers of sweatshirts. And when we went to bed, it was great. Like, we just all snuggled in and we just all fell asleep. My dad stayed with us the first night. And we all slept great because you're just like cocooned in and it's really warm, but it's getting up and walking around and going to the bathroom. That was really tough. So anyway, we could go out to our car, start the car up, and charge our phones briefly to see if we could text or something, but that was what it was. So we're all fine. Everybody has recovered for the most part. There are a lot of downed trees, which I will include in some of the pictures here. Just in my neighborhood, I got to see what was going on and why we didn't have power for so long. And then we drove around and saw so much damage. So anyway, we're all doing fine. Thank you so much to everybody who reached out. It really meant a lot. We had so many places to go and people that offered to help us, and we truly appreciate all of that. So anyway, that's my thanks for the week. Have a great week, everybody.